Welcome to week 1 of Teaching Techniques for Healthcare Professionals. This week, we're going to go over week 1 course module overview, week 1 assignments, and then I will be talking about course tips and recommendations. I have filled out our week's learning objectives on our learning objective assessment form. This is something you will become more familiar with, especially in week 2 when you put together your own learning objectives. Here's what the template looks like. Let's take a look at our objectives for the week. There are 4. Our overall course objective is to demonstrate an understanding of educational philosophy and learning styles to facilitate teaching. The first objective is to identify own learning styles via multiple intelligences. The assessment tool that we will utilize, a multiple intelligence self-assessment. Our second objective is examine learning styles and educational philosophies. Assessment tool, you will engage in a discussion board together with designated questions regarding learning style and applying educational philosophy to learning styles. The third and fourth learning objectives are to identify a topic for the lesson plan project and then develop the topic for that lesson plan. For the assessment tool, you will be utilizing a template that directs your thought process in picking and narrowing that topic. Here we are in the week 1 module on page 1. Page 1 is an overall summary of what's to come for the week. You can see this week we're going to be going over learning styles and also what it takes to be an outstanding teacher. Here in the overview, we have the required tasks or the assignments that you're going to be completing for this week. You have a discussion board. The discussion board, and this is going to be consistent for every discussion board, is going to be due Sunday by midnight. And then the response is due the following Tuesday. This first assignment in building your lesson plan is picking and narrowing a topic for the lesson plan. Final task for week 1 is a YouTube introduction video. The YouTube introduction video is actually not due until week 2, but we've put it here in week 1 so that you have some time to get started on it. Here's our week 1 overview video that you are currently watching. Our content page. This week, it's what it takes to be an outstanding teacher, something we're each striving for. You're going to need to walk through each step of this page. First, we look at learning styles. The first link here, multiple intelligences, takes you to a survey that helps you identify your own learning styles. Next, we want to gain more understanding of how other people learn. So to do that, we're going to spend time with Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences. In summary, Harvard professor Howard Gardner identifies 8 intelligences, not limiting intelligence to the black and white view, such as IQ scores of a low, average, and high. Let's take a quick look at these 8 categories. Are there any of them that stand out for you and maybe might be more your learning intelligence? Your self-assessment should help you pinpoint. For me, at a quick glance, I noticed both interpersonal and logical and mathematical. You have articles that are both proponents and opponents of Gardner's theory. The idea here behind reading about Gardner's theory is that the more that you understand about how people learn and how your students learn, the more efficient you're going to be able to instruct them and adapt to their specific needs. To complete these readings, all you need to do is click on the link. That PDF will show up for you. You can read it as is, or if you want to interact a little more with it, you can download it. When you're all done, you're going to hit close, and it takes you right back to Canvas. As you read both for and against Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, be critically thinking through it, making decisions on what your thoughts are, what most comports with reality and with what you see in people and their learning styles. The next section on learning to be an outstanding teacher is an article specific on that, on being an outstanding teacher. A guide to Bloom's taxonomy, and an article on Bloom's taxonomy and learning outcomes. Let's talk a little bit about Bloom's taxonomy. If you're in the education field for any amount of time, you will recognize Bloom's taxonomy as very common language and commonly used. Bloom's taxonomy, created by Benjamin Bloom, provides a framework or a common language for instructors to discuss and exchange learning and assessment methods and to categorize educational goals. It's a classification system used to define and distinguish different levels of human cognition. Your reading will provide practical examples of how to incorporate Bloom's taxonomy into classes. And the final article is using Bloom's taxonomy when preparing your learning objectives and aligning them with learning outcomes. Next is our Week 1 discussion board on learning styles. Before you complete the discussion board, you'll have to take the Multiple Intelligences self-assessment from the content page. I have listed all the prompts you'll need to cover in your post, and also the prompts you need to cover in your response for your peers. There's an example linked here and a reminder that your discussion board, this is every discussion board that we do in this course, is due Sunday at midnight. And your response to at least 2 fellow students is due Tuesday at midnight. Please remember our minimum requirements, that in your posting, you're going to have a minimum of 2 sources, APA cited and referenced. And then in your peer response, you're going to have at least 1 source for 2 responses. Please feel free to continue your conversations with your classmates without any references or citations after you meet the minimum requirements. Note here that to actually see others' posts, you're going to have to post first. To post is quite simple. We scroll to the bottom of the page here, put our cursor in reply, and we can just begin typing here in this box. I ask that you type directly into this section. That doesn't limit you. You can put it in Word or in Google Docs and then paste it in. If you do that, please double check the formatting and clean that up. What I am asking of you is please don't attach your post as a document or paste in a URL. Let's make it simple for everybody to be able to read and respond to and place it directly in this section. Once you have completed your posts along with your citations and references, we're just going to click Post Reply. This page is a reminder on how to use Google Docs to turn in your assignment. Google Docs is the only way that I will accept your assignments. Have it written out here on how to do it. Video to give you a reminder how to utilize Google Docs to turn in your assignment. A reminder to turn in your document the appropriate way by last name and then the week number assignment. This is your Week 1 assignment, the course lesson topic. In the Week 1 assignment, you're going to be selecting and narrowing down a topic for the remainder of the course and the lesson plan you're developing throughout the course. Probably the first thing that you see on this page is the Start Assignment button. This is what you're going to use when you're actually finished with the assignment and are ready to submit the assignment. Throughout each of the weeks, we're going to be learning specific techniques and theories to be able to build an effective lesson plan. Before we talk about each task per week, I want you to keep in mind who you'd like your audience to be for this lesson plan. Is your audience a patient that you're instructing? Maybe it's clinical students or new RTs that you're precepting, or maybe it is classroom students in a more academic type setting. Or maybe you're crazy and it's a room full of doctors. Either way, you do get to choose your audience. So please keep this in mind as you are choosing your topic. Here's a quick summary of the tasks we will be accomplishing in week 1. Again, we're going to develop that topic and narrow it down. In week 2, we're going to develop our objectives, and also we're going to align them with institutions' learning outcomes. Week 3, you have a quiz and will not do anything specific for your lesson plan. In week 4, you're going to develop your lesson plan from both weeks 1 and weeks 2. Week 5, again, is a break from the lesson plan, while in week 6, you're going to develop a presentation of your materials. And then finally, in week 7, from that presentation, you'll develop an infographic. So let's talk about this week's assignment. As I scroll down to selecting your topic, I want you to make this topic pertinent to where you are now and what you're doing currently. You have 2 major categories that you can choose from. Your topic will fit in these 2 major categories, either clinical education with the topic selection focused in the healthcare arena, or you can present the topic of Y degree advancement to a group of first semester associate degree RT students. With those 2 categories, you can explore many different directions here and take it where you would like. Here I just have listed, you can explore financial, social, personal, educational perspective of your topics, and you can push outside of those boundaries. I just ask that you make it meaningful for yourself, and feel free to make it pertinent to the work that you're in right now to be able to utilize it in the near future. Down below, selecting your topic, I've provided institutional learning outcomes for you to review. This is going to be more specific to next week's assignment, but please review them now and have them in mind as you approach week 2. At the bottom of our assignment page, there is a specific example on how to narrow your topic and this assignment, and a grading rubric so you know exactly what is expected on this assignment. Let's head to this start assignment. Here's where you'll submit your assignment. So once you've created your Google Doc, you'll paste the URL to that document in the box provided and click Submit Assignment. After our assignment page is an introduction to one of our week 2 assignments, and that's our YouTube video introduction. I've placed this in week 1 so that you can get a bit of a head start, since it is a video platform which might be new for you. Please note that this video is due Thursday of week 2. Congratulations, you have reached the end of week 1. The last page you see in your module is just a review page. It will review the important content so you can verify that you have completed each of these steps. And it specifically talks about the objective that you have completed for the week. This week of demonstrating an understanding of educational philosophy and learning styles to facilitate teaching. I have also included some links to student outcomes of the university and learning outcomes specifically to our degree advancement program. We have completed our week 1 review. I want to click into announcements here and just draw your attention to them. Please be sure that you are keeping up with announcements and communications for the course. Also, in the discussions page, there is the study hall. This study hall is an open forum for you to ask questions. These are broad questions that you think maybe would affect the entire class or that everyone has, so that we can answer them in a group forum. And now that we've navigated all over the place, if you get lost, remember, hit your home button. It's pretty easy to navigate from there. That's it for our overview week 1. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, if you have any questions, email me. I am also available for virtual office hours if you need. You can set that up also via email. Enjoy the week and enjoy your learning. Thank you.